Hey, Coach Scott here, and I got another great video for you on pedalling. We're going to build from last week's pedal efficiency drill and add in a drill that's going to have your power increase, your speed increase. Yeah, all for free. Well, when I say free, I mean you don't have to buy anything. It's already in you. We're just going to tighten a few things up, and I'm going to take you through 3 steps on this drill that is basically the first part of your strength training. I mean, I'm going to share with you drills that will have your mind blowing, that are so simple to do, but they work. You want to see what this one does? Okay, let's dive into it. Okay, before we dive into it, a little bit of a disclaimer. Obviously, as a bike fitter, what I want to make sure is we've got optimization in saddle height, saddle foreaft, and cleat position. This is because when we're generating more power and efficiency through the bottom bracket, we've got to be working everything from the hip flexor below in the right position. Too many people who are probably watching this video are being led by their arms. Where we hold the bike is basically setting up where we sit on the saddle. The bike's too long, the bike's too short, the bike's too low, the bike's too high. Okay? So we're going to talk a little bit about that, but I want you having that in your mind. When we sit on the saddle and we get into that comfort position, as I'll show you right now. So when we sit and we set the hips up, okay, we've got the height correct, we've got the foreaft correct, and when we fall forward, we're nice and relaxed through our hands. We're not stretched out and being led by our hands. Therefore, our ass is in the wrong position to do its damage. Got it? Right, let's do the drills. Okay, let's look at step 1. So before we go on the bike, and I mean this is daily, you're going to do foot drills. You've got to understand that the ankle is the coordinating part of the stroke. It doesn't generate the power. The muscles are required for that. But in order for the muscles to drive the power through the crank, we have this very loose, flexible joint through the ankle. And everybody's different. Some people are toe down, some people are flat, and some people are a little bit heel down. Now, there are specific movements that I will help you with in other videos. But what I want you to understand is, can you really think about controlling your ankle at 90 RPM? Really? No, you can't, unless you're some sort of magician. You can't. It's going to go in its natural position. So, let's control that natural position. Let's stabilize it. Let's work on it, because the more stable it is, the more power, effective force it's going to drive through your crank. So, we're going to start real basic. I'm going to give you a couple of exercises that you should be doing every day now. Now, first one is nice and easy. We're going to stand on one foot. Sounds easy, coach. Try it. See how you get on. Yeah? I'm already going off talking to you. Yes, I know I'm exaggerating a little bit. So, tonight, this is what I tell people that come into the studio. Start brushing your teeth on one foot. Do that for a minute. Swap over. Brush on the other side. Start to see which side, first of all, gives you that less stability. We've got foot flat on the ground, knee up, nice and easy. And then we can develop that to knee up, standing on your tiptoes. Then you'll start to see the foot start to move. That movement, when it's starting to pick up control, is where the proprioceptive nerves are kicking in and increasing foot stability. Come on, so simple. Now, there are lots of ways we can develop that, and we can even end up with our eyes closed. But start with that, real simple. Now, another easy drill to follow is, get yourself my broom handle. You notice it hasn't got a brush on it. And what we're going to do is we're going to think of 12 o'clock, 9 o'clock, or 3 o'clock. 6 o'clock, and then obviously if you've got 9 o'clock, over this side is 3 o'clock. So you've got this clock around you. We use the broom handle to start with. It gives us balance, okay? So, foot up, again, you've just developed now from your brushing your teeth drill, and you're going to point your toe on the ground while we have one leg fixed. Forwards, back to the centre. Out, back to the centre. Backwards, into the middle, and then the last one, you go behind and you tap the ground. So you almost look like a little dancer. So it's forwards, side, back, and then I've got a plug behind me I just kicked out. So forwards, side, backwards, and then round the corner at the back and tap. Then you start to develop, obviously, without the stick. Out, backwards, and then round. You do a few of them either side, and you start to find that you're increasing stability through the foot. Looks so simple, and it is so easy to do. You can do it while you're waiting on someone at the corner of the street. You can do it while you're queuing up in a shop. Yeah, you can get really funky with it. Honestly, it works. Right, okay, now I'm going to give you a third one to do if you want to get yourself advanced and get a little bit of equipment. I need to go over to my desk because you're going to be amazed at what I've got underneath my toolbox. Okay, what have I got? This thing. It's like a wobble board and it's got pimples for grip, and I keep it under my toolbox and out it comes, and I stand on it. So shoes off, I find myself sometimes doing some work, I'll pull it out and I stand on it. I can do one-footed, I can do it all day, and I use it regularly because I haven't got the greatest of foot stability from old injuries from other sports. So I'm constantly working on those ankles, and this thing is great. Now you can make your own plank of wood, have something underneath that's going to hold it steady and make a small little seesaw. Really easy. So that's something that can be added in every single day for me. Think about where you could add that in your own life. So that's 3 simple drills. Let's get on the bike now and put it into action. Okay, so let's look at the drill now on the bike. So what I term this is an overgearing drill, and we're trying to achieve this at 60 RPM. So that's 1 revolution per second. Most of us can achieve that. Now here's the key. We're going to try and achieve that 60 RPM around about threshold power. So you're going to have to gear the bike up, increase your resistance, do whatever you have to do, and try and find that threshold level or even just above as we progress. So we clip in, remember, stabilize the pelvis, don't collapse, relax onto those bars, and then start the bike off. And my bike's going to make quite a bit of noise with that resistance. This feels hard to push. Now the temptation is to start to roll and use your body weight. Don't do that. You want to really stabilize through the core. We're going to try and do a minute at this. So we're going to recap on the efficiency drills, whereby we're sweeping through the pedal and we're trying to allow it to flow over the top. Now what is happening is, the slower we are through the stroke, the better the nervous control. The proprioceptive control through those nerves, through that foot, they have now got ample time to engage. And we can really feel the stroke. We can feel the muscle engaging. I can feel the ass engaging. You can hear me even getting out of breath. But I'm really trying to stabilize, relax, and force that issue of control. I'm not pulling the pedal up. I am engaging my big toe. Try that. You're just pushing on your big toe. As she comes around the bottom of the stroke, I'm curling my toe. Do you like that? Curling. That's what we say in Scotland. I'm sweeping the big toe, and we're feeling that stroke. You do a minute. Remember, I'm 51. We do a minute, flip the gear out, do a minute or two, nice and easy, and then dive back in. It is a wonderful drill to start to engage muscle fibers through the correct process. Now, we're going to throw in some strength training. We're going to throw in some specific work we can do in the gym, whereby we're doing a range of movements Not isolating the muscle all the time and doing things like squats and leg presses. Okay, they are important, but we're looking for a full range of movements that work for us on the cycling. But this is a great start. So add it to your program and you're going to see progress pretty soon, because when we go to step 2, boom, are you going to see speed gains really quickly. Hey, if this video's been of any use to you, give it a thumbs up. If you want to subscribe to the madness, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and you'll get notified every time I go live or I upload a video. I'll see you on the live on Monday, or I'll see you in the next video. And remember, anyone can train hard. There's only a few of us can train smart. Right, old legs. Let's get going. Whew. Relax, relax, relax.